Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now we can see here from CoinMarketCap, XRP, and most other coins are coming back down, it looks like, maybe to test support. But if we go to Lot XRP's tweet, XRP USD, just compare these two charts at the points. We did see the price coming back up, but we'll have to see what happens. Now guys, before we jump into the news, I would like to say I'm not a financial advisor, nor is this financial advice, just for entertainment value only. But XRP tweeted out, "Back to the future. If you listen carefully and if you combine everything else Shelton has said in the past, such as it doesn't have to be gold, you'll realize we might just be going back to the future. The kings move backwards in time." Interesting time, so let's watch this video.
Sound money would be trustworthy money, honest money, in that it would convey price signals in a free economy accurately. What we have now is a Federal Reserve that pumps money in, that drives prices up, but it's all kind of pie in the sky. You don't really know where the real economy is. You just know that the Fed is injecting money, and so you're not sure what prices are really telling you. And you end up distorting the way capital should be allocated in a free market economy.
If the folks watching us now take a dollar bill out of the wallet in their pockets or pocketbooks and look at it, is it fair to say that that has no inherent worth? There is nothing that everyone accepts as a thing of value that backs it. It is only worth $1 because the Federal Reserve, not the Congress, the Federal Reserve says it's worth $1. Fair or unfair?
That's accurate. It is declared legal tender, and the only thing backing it is the idea that the Fed can enforce people to accept it. And that's not the kind of thing money should be. Our founders never meant for money to be a banknote issued by the federal government, just the opposite.
Should we return to the gold standard like we had throughout most of our history, when inflation was very little and the buying power of the dollar didn't lose its value?
Well, I think I would put it more in terms of going back to the future. The beauty of gold is that it provides a reference point independent of the government.
Right.
The market response to gold.
All right. If we
and in that sense,
Judy, if we return to the gold standard, before I let you go, what would happen to the dollars that we have? Because there's probably not, the Fed has flooded the market with so many dollars, there's probably not enough gold to cover it.
I think gold would need to be a reference point, and you could harness private markets and all the people around the world now who are clamoring.
Gold needs to be a reference point. Why we need a gold standard? Now look at today, what's happening. I'm pretty sure we'll be going back to the gold standard soon. From XRPB, what I think the XRP plan is: overnight switch systems to XRP, triple which occurs. Options and positions close into XRP pair. XRP moon. Highly unlikely to occur, but it's a good opportunity to moon it for free basically. Honestly, anything is possible at this point. Anything could happen. But what do you guys think will happen, to the price of XRP and how it will move? Gradually or just slingshot in price? Next, it comes from Ripple. Through a partnership with D Money, over 1 million Thais working globally can now transfer money back to home at the lowest fees and best rates. D Money is the first non-bank entity in Thailand to leverage Ripple's net blockchain technology to facilitate easier transfers to over 300 financial. Next week comes from CNBC. Breaking: the New York Stock Exchange will temporarily close its trading floor due to that all electronic trading will begin with Monday's market open. Let's watch this.
Some breaking news from where I'm sitting. The New York Stock Exchange might not be sitting here for very much longer. They are going to suspend trading on the floors. Equities and options trading floors themselves will shut as of Monday 23rd. They will continue electronic trading, which accounts for a large portion of the trading anyway, even on a day when everyone is bustling here. Over 80% of the trading typically, but they'll be moving everything to electronic. I mean, what do you make of that? First of all, Sheila, sorry for one moment, I'll come to Mike Santoli first in terms of your take, Mike. This has been something, I guess, has been debated back and forth for a long time, and they finally made that decision, and everything will be electronic from Monday's open.
Yeah, of course, important to point out, as you did, that essentially the kind of central processing is electronic already. Obviously, there are floor functions right here, and there was an attempt to kind of stay open as to help with some of the more manual things that go on here, as well as just as a gesture to say that we can kind of keep going on the floor. So I do think that it also is in sync, though, with what most businesses are doing on an ongoing basis, deciding, what the broader approach should be in terms of limiting groups of people in one place, and I do think that fits right in with that trend.
Hey guys, Stacey Cunningham, the president of the New York Stock Exchange, was on with us on the show 2 days ago, and I asked her about it because she came on right after President Trump put out those new CDC recommendations that people should not gather in groups of 10 people or more. So with a few hundred traders on the floor, I asked her, would you close the floor? And I think her most important point that she would underscore if she were here is that closing the floor is not closing the market. There have been plenty of calls out there, close the market, try to stem the bleeding and let people take care. No, she wanted to make the point that the market stays open and people can realize they can access their money and they can trade, and it can go down and it can go up, and that's healthy. And closing the floor is something totally different. It's more just symbolic that they can fully do electronic trading, and it will not disrupt the markets, and it will not disrupt the message that America's markets are open for business.
Right, 100%. I mean, this is as I say, it's sort of one aspect of what goes on in terms of, cash equities trading in general in the U.S. market. Let's remember, every stock trades everywhere pretty much. So, clearly it can happen all electronic. They did obviously try to take some measures to preserve the floor open for a while, and now that's seemingly going away.
So guys, look at what's happening. Isn't this interesting? Now, if we go down to the reply of this tweet, XRP tweet out, crypto will never close. Buy XRP is the best digital asset with the most use cases. Again, guys, look at this use case. I mean, now guys, we're to the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. Crypto Maniac tweet out, unconfirmed birdie just told me that what we are watching happen right now is nothing close to what's about to occur. So guys, what's going to happen? This comes from Crypto Mike at the dollar store. Clerk just told us over the speaker, no cash accepted, only EBT, credit, and debit. They are getting us ready. They might be getting us ready for this, cashless society. So interesting times, very interesting times. Next, it comes from Reborn. You must understand, dream is reality. So we could see here, Fed rate cut, liquidity crisis. Phoenix rises from the ashes. That absolutely. Thanks. Problem, reaction, solution. They needed a trigger. All is going to plan. 11.3 XRP 311. So we can see right there again. And then, so got problem, reaction, solution. They needed a trigger. So is that the trigger? What we are seeing right now happen in the media. And it comes from Lakers XRP. Here are the latest Mr. Poole posts a few minutes ago. From my understanding, bank liquidity are about drying out. All cash soon gone. Withdraw cash as much as you can ASAP. So I'm pretty sure Mr. Poole tweeted this and then deleted it, I think. But we could see right there, look at that. He's posting a lot of like ATMs and banks over here. So it comes from XRP Brainstorm. Tier Delta. 2 dates to watch for: 22nd March and 4th April. C22. Gematria decode from the 22 to April 4. We're very close to the dates, guys. We're very close to the dates. Final tweet for today's video comes from Baba Cugs. The infrastructure is built. The users are ready. $589. Guys, there you go. We seen the tweet from Baba Cugs. Infrastructure is built. The users are ready. Incoming 589. Hopefully. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll leave all the links down in the description below so you guys can investigate further. But hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.